Well, it looks like one of the days we've been waiting for a long time is finally here. The sun is out, it's above freezing. Turbo Steve said he'd try to be here today, so I'm trying to sequence up a very productive day. Every day I try to plan a day around what the weather is going to bring. If anybody's going to show up to help me, that very seldom happens. And if my grandson's going to turn my shop into Legoland again. But restoring old motorcycles, even these that are 40 years old and more, this has really been a ton of fun. And just to mention something really cool we'll have in the next couple days, John has been working on converting over our old flip videos, and from the track days we're going to have some of those outtakes at the end of the videos very soon. So the only issue I have to work around is this weekend it's supposed to snow. So I wanted to have some jobs to do out here if it does snow, and I do. I have some more frame polishing to do, among other things. But on a day like today, I want to see that spray gun spraying some paint. And good sequencing always means that at the end of the day, you get a lot done, you've had a lot of coffee to drink, and your friends are all impressed with your beautiful motorcycles, which I'm not sure they are. So my point is, look at this, we have a day. It's been so rainy this whole winter. We had this beautiful summer and a rainy winter, but snow is coming. And I want to use this day, the wind is probably going to start kicking up, but the sooner I can get started, the better. And I want to get some clear on that seat, number one. So again, Steve, of course, has a very unpredictable schedule, just as I do. But we are ready to do a day of work on this, and I think I'm going to get my clear, the first coat of clear drying on a seat. I want to get 2 or 3 coats on today. And then I'm going to try to get this back masked off and get the red repainted. Then I have the choice of if he's going to replace the decals today. I'll still have clear in the gun. I could even get a coat of clear on, but we'll see how that plays out. Planning out all these dry times and sanding times and buffing times, and I was so glad I had a rainy day. That seat is ready for the clear. Now see, right now I got a beautiful sunny day. I wouldn't want to be sanding that seat. I want the clear drying. And the day we had another rainy day, we got this buffed. Wow. We got this buffed, so one by one these parts are, they are beautiful, by the way, if you see these in real life. And then we'll probably have a dedicated day for the tank and the fairing parts. I'm saving the biggest parts to last. Biggest parts to last all the time. So now for me, I always have to make a choice. The choice is if I get up and get started real early. It's really cold. A lot of times it's below freezing. You almost can't hold the spray gun. Then if I wait later in the day, the breeze usually comes up. So it's like I can't win. Now just to mention something that I think is kind of cool. These old flip videos, years and years ago, I shot, oh my God, discs. Everything was on disc. And I recently just found some that are about 9 and 10 years old. Some I have from the New Jersey Sport Bike Club. Chris will remember those days, where we went on these big giant 50 bike plus rides. And just adventures within adventures. There was always somebody putting it in a ditch, because a lot of the guys were new riders, and great memories. I don't know if that's the right word. Anyway, I'm going to fire up the compressor and get some clear on this baby. Got a brand new gallon to work with today. So the first part of our job today went very well. We got some, oh boy, that's going to look nice. Whoa. Now at this point in the project, and you absolutely start to see the reward of all that sanding and all that preparation that went into it. The decals, the paintwork, the trim lines, all the sanding, it all starts to pay off. Now after a nice cup of hot coffee, I want to see how that's drying up. Oh yeah, oh yes. All that hard work is starting to pay off. So the next thing that I wanted to do here, while I'm waiting for Steve, and he is on his way over here, I wanted to get this back masked and get the red shot if I can, because that can be drying while we're doing other work. I've got a back mask off that little decal in the back that worked out okay. Of course, the one with my face on it worked out perfectly. That tells you something. Don't put those decals on your bike. Okay, so this is going to be pretty cut and dry. I'll do the fine line, even though this is really overkill. We're only going to paint the red. And since the whole thing is sanded down, once I pull the back mask, I'll be able to, if everything works okay, be able to do decals and clear today. We'll find out. Every time you think that's the case, though, it isn't. Now this is always a little tricky because I don't want to mess up the back masking here. The deal is I don't want to see any white peeking through. If I cover a little bit of the red up, nothing bad will happen. I don't want to see any of the... And we really don't need a lot of red on this. We'll find out. And boy, you can see that wind is blowing out there already. There's no doubt about that's just going to be the rest of the day. Once it starts, you almost never, I mean almost never, get a day where, oh, it just stopped and it turned into a beautiful day. It always goes the other way, downhill. Anyway, I'll get a piece of this back masking on here. Get this back masked. Steve's on his way. Baby's coming. We're going to do Legoland today. Hey. But I love being busy. See, a lot of people don't thrive over being busy. They would rather, I don't know why, not being judgmental at all. They would rather be watching television right now. And, well, I don't know. Anyway, we're going to get this back masked, get that little decal on the back masked, and be ready to shoot that red. Now this is the little decal that didn't have a problem, so rather than put another decal on top of this, and if you put, what happens, you put blue tape on this, it's not going to line up at all. So what I'm going to try, we used to do this in modeling, so is just get the tape that it's not too sticky. Because all we need is it just to hang on there. See, now that allows me to go around with a razor blade and kind of pick away at that. If I can get one of those beautiful new sharp blades from Lowe's. These blades really are good. Maybe they're not that good, it's just that the ones I have from Harbor Freight were so bad. You know, that's just going to leave, and I don't want to even press it down. Just don't want to get a lot of paint on there. And we'll pull that up. And that'll be our back masking. That's a good tip, by the way. Now we're ready. Now, believe it or not, we have plenty of, and it's always a good idea to have plenty of extra paint just for this. This is exactly the reason you need extra paint. Unless you're one of those lucky people that the wind never blows when you paint and your father owns a body shop and la 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 la, and you're young. Okay, so we tack ragged it all down. The wind is howling. Hopefully get a coat of red on this. Steve will be impressed when he gets here. Well, problem is it's going to need a couple more coats. You can still see. Well, but of course this has got to dry. Yeah, it's going to need at least 1 or 2 more coats. So the red was really a low coverage color. So Steve is here. Tell me the story of the decals now.
All right, this is glossy sticker paper. No decals. You don't have to dip it in water.
Okay.
You just peel it like you would a decal.
And stick it on.
Which is what yours was.
Yeah, and that worked out fine.
And that worked out fine.
Yeah,
so
okay.
We're not fooling around.
Handsome devil. So what I'll do here is I got the red already from painting the tank. I'll just fog this in so you don't see the fogginess. There you go. Let it dry.
Well, just paint this section here.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. It's all sanded down already. The tank has to dry another 15-20 minutes. You could wet sand out one. Do that Ninja. That triangle shaped part. I can get some clear on that. I'll put the clear on.
What triangle shape?
This. Just wet sand this.
Oh, wet sand it. Okay.
Yeah. No, I know when I come in other words, if you're sanding and I'm spraying, we'll go right through it. Yeah, and we get the same exact pay, management and labor.
What's your schedule today?
I got to get the baby at 2. But any part you could take some of these parts home and do them if you want. Yeah, you don't need me for this.
I got to leave at 12:30.
Well, we'll get some of this done. Get as much done as you can, and I'll shoot whatever clear I can.
Oh, hopefully I'll get it all done, right?
Yeah. Well, I can't control that. I can only control your paycheck. I'm not so sure I can control that either. But anyway, these are vinyl stickers. The downside of vinyl stickers is it takes more clear to bury them, and you know, if you don't get them on straight, they can be a pain in the ass. But he's an expert.
You don't have to bury them.
He's an expert.
Just cover them.
So I wanted to show something that's very typical. See, right on the edge, it's where you always go through, where I went through. I was sanding this part. Steve is sanding the big part, the Ninja thing. And he just had a chunk of, that's just don't even worry about it. We'll just touch it up. But now I got the red paint and a little baby brush, and I'll just go, just touch that. Look around at these before I put the clear on. And when you have this done, this extra step of putting this extra clear on, when this job is all done, believe me, it'll be worth it. So the reason I was saying this is you never want to use up and thin out all the paint, because I want some for touch-up to be full strength paint. Just for this. And this will get buried in the clear. And I'll mix up some clear. This part's ready for some clear. So we're trying to work through. The wind has really come up, and it looks like it's going to be that snowstorm they're predicting is coming. So we're trying to get done as much as we possibly can before the weather really goes, and it's looking like we're going to be limited to how much we can do today, but Steve's doing a good job doing his part of the sanding. Now this extra little work that goes into this, when you're doing the work you think, oh my god, it takes forever, but boy, when you're done, this will make this the difference between a nice bike and a really nice bike. I think it's going to be really nice myself. And this is drying up just as nice as could be. Now this stuff is all going to sit out here for one day. I'll bring it into the house tomorrow. A couple days later it'll be ready to buff. Now with that extra clear on there, what it's going to mean is buffing this out. If Steve decides to buff it, or if he wants to do it over here, it'll be a piece of cake. Keep the paper wet, it makes it a lot easier. Don't worry, we just change your towel out when it gets soaking wet.
I've been spitting on it every 2 minutes.
Spit is good, believe it or not, spit is good. Save all that money on my water bill. Alright, I'm going to take the Ninja part out. It's ready, I just got to touch up that one spot. I'll get the clear on that. We're losing the weather. It looks like a storm's coming in.
Storm coming in from the east.
Yeah, it's supposed to be snow this weekend. The only thing with a vinyl sticker, it's going to need more clear, so I'll try to get extra clear on that when I spray it. Moment of truth for the decals. I'm going to do this one first, and then the tank. Those Lowe's razors are way better than the Harbor Freight ones. All that extra work we did, all starting to pay off now. Steve, this one's ready to tack rag down?
If it's dry, yeah.
No touch-ups?
I don't think so.
When Morgan was putting these type of decals down, he was using water. If that doesn't lay out,
this is sticking.
Ah, you got a big bubble there. Okay, if you get rid of that bubble, everything will be fine. Put a pinhole in it. When Mark did these in Glen too, they put down water, soapy water first, I think. I don't remember.
Really?
Again, Morgan is the decal expert here. They treated it like it was a water slide decal and got out all the air bubbles. But hey, you got how many decals you got? You got an extra one?
Oh, I got plenty.
Okay, I would take that off.
Take this off?
Yep. You're never going to get that out, and it's always going to show. Pull it up very slow, very slow. If you pull up the paint, that's why I didn't take the back masking off. Pull it up slow, real slow. And we'll try putting a little bit of water on it. Let's bring it up on a bench. I think it'll be easier. Oh, so you're lucky, Dave. You'll never get rid of that white spot. That's the problem. Listen, everybody has a few lucky days a year. This may be one of yours. You want to wet that or not?
Nah.
Okay. I'm always impressed when a man
Oh, look, it left a little Kawasaki. Oh, that's from the other decal. Oh, yeah, let's see. You see? Can you see? I don't know if that's worth.
Yeah, just go right over it. Try to line it up.
No, this one's bigger.
Ah! So it's going to be Kawasaki.
Yeah, let me see.
All right, if you want, I can put more red paint on it, then you're going to have to wait a half an hour. That's why I didn't take the back masking off.
Yeah, I made these a little wider. Yeah, I guess another shot of red on there.
Look, I got the red in the gun. It's no problem.
All right.
That's why I left the back masking on just in case. So let me do that right now. Steve's concern was that he could still see this on the fluorescent light, the Kawasaki, and then maybe he's right, to be honest. I'll give that one more coat of red. That'll dry. He's sanding a fender, so this is what we're trying to sequence in and get a lot done, because boy, we are losing the weather very, very quickly here. Well, I think that'll do it. I don't think we'll see the Kawasaki coming through there now, but that does have to dry. And the two side covers are just drying up beautifully. Exactly what we want to have happen. While Steve's sanding one part, I'm painting another part while they're drying, and we're putting decals on, and Actually, this is a good example of sequencing. We're getting a lot done on a day that we're losing the weather quickly here.
Mr. Sandman.
Mr. Sandman. Who knew you had such musical talent? Okay, Steve is turning into a sanding machine. Alright, that's looking good. Every part you do is looking a little better than the one before. Maybe I'll have to double your pay. Boy, that came out nice. That came out nice. Wow. All the stuff is drying up despite the fact that the weather's going down a hill. Not sure because Steve's got to go back to his job soon. But we did get a lot of stuff done today. We really got a lot of stuff done today. This was a banner day. That the first one?
This is the second.
You can't pay this man enough. He's getting to be so good, I think Luciano's going to hire him. Very unusual day. It's getting colder by the minute out there. That one's ready to go. Tape off?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That clear is perfect. You don't have to even worry about that. Now, are you going to see in here? Or you just paint that with a brush?
Well,
or?
I mean, if you look real close, you could see this, but of course the two headlights are going to go there.
Oh, okay. I didn't know how you had that. You're the master planner, not me. I'm in labor, you're in management.
Best laid plans of mice and men.
You bet. Wait till the next session to put this decal on. I got clear in the gun. It's up to you.
No, does it look dry enough to you?
Yeah, oh sure. Sure,
right,
that's
so
right.
let me finish peeling this off.
Okay, the only reason I say it, I got clear in the gun. And then save this. This will be a whole separate day. We'll do this one. And it'll be good to have you here to hold it while I'm shooting it clear. So, should be dry by now if you want to play decal installer with those stickers. I'm just checking all our stuff in the laundromat. Make sure everything's drying. Oh, the best part of the day. Checking the laundromat. Yes, everything is drying. Boy, did we sequence this day up. We got the most out of a day that almost was unpaintable because of the wind. And got a good chunk of Steve's job done. We got my seat done. Wow. And it's one of the reasons why I think that it's so important to even to just give some lip service to sequencing up your work. Especially if you have more than one project going on at the same time, and it seems like I always have more than one. So this is the new clear decal, which I guess looks okay after we repainted the red to get rid of the fog. Get rid of the frog to get rid of the fog. Look at these professional tools he's got. Yeah. Holy crap. Morgan's going to be so jealous when he sees the video. Now you're lucky Miles isn't here yet, or he'd say, "You're on my Legoland table. What happened? What happened to all those motorcycle parts?" They're all out in the laundromat, kid. Using my biofreeze to burnish. And by the way, anybody doesn't know about biofreeze, if you have a bad back like I have, biofreeze, this is great stuff. And great for burnishing decals.
Just don't let the EPA know you have this.
No. That's a gateway drug, that's for sure. They're going to legalize biofreeze in New Jersey soon. All right, that looks pretty good.
That's good. That's good.
Okay, now the last thing you got to do is pull this off here. I'll get this off. We'll take the back masking off. Make sure it's burnished down good.
Yeah.
And we'll use up the clear in the gun on that.
This bike will outlive me.
We have just enough clear in the gun to get a coat on that.
Maybe I like blue instead of red.
Yeah, I think so too. I was going to go with Kawasaki green. I was going to do this. I was going to take underneath the back mask in here and put a little sticky note, but screw you, Steve. So when you pulled it off. But I don't have much of a sense of humor. It's cold out there, baby. I'm freezing. Wow. Gotta go. Time to go back. The black limo's coming to pick Steve up. Oh, wow. The door's slamming on us. Everything's drying up here beautifully. Wow. This has really been your lucky day, baby. The laundromat is at your disposal here.
So we got is the fairing lift.
Wow. Yeah, well, you got one day. If you can break away from, you know.
From my life of crime?
The life of crime. Well, there we go. Well, look at that. Look at it. The parts everywhere. Look, the seat. Look how nice the seat came out with the decals there. Perfect.
This has been here a while.
Yeah, you want to buy it?
I can put
I'll ask Najat if he wants to sell it.
I'll put that on a 250
that may be on my RD next year, the RD Panigale. I'll talk to Najat about it.
Look, it matches.
Good day.
Wendy, look, it matches your gloves.
Yeah. I won't even have to buy new gloves. What a day, Steve. Where Steve's project used to be is now going to be Legoland. That's funny. Tomorrow we'll start sanding some more of the big FZR parts, but we do have some bad weather coming in here. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. It's Legoland! Aren't you happy we went to Legoland tonight? Legoland. This used to be Steve's table. It's now Legoland.